Hey guys, Alexa right here. I am here with Daniel and Evan, and we're going to play this awesome game that you guys are working on, Mad Max.
Ooh.
It's going to be awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about where we are right now?
Yeah, Alexa. So right now we're pretty far into the game. Just to give you a little bit of context, we're probably like 2/3 of the way into the game. So Evan's had a good chance to roll through the wasteland and get the magnum opus fairly dialed into his liking. And he's on his way right now to. Well, this is a good opportunity to actually show you kind of how far into the game he is. And if you want to back up a little bit on the camera, this is the wastelands in Mad Max. And if you see all that iconography on the screen right now, that gives you a taste of just how much content there is to do in the wasteland.
This looks intense.
Intense is a pretty fair assessment, I would say. So Evan's on his way right now to a story mission where he is looking for a racer, a registered fighter, to join him so that he can participate in the Gastown races. He's after a V8 engine to equip the Magnum Opus with. That's going to give him the speed he needs. That's a random war party that's just come to rain on his parade.
So, quick question about the war parties. They just appear totally at random.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
There are different types of combat that Max will come across as he's driving across the wasteland. But no matter where he goes, he's probably going to run into some war boys that are chasing him.
Oh boy.
Just to keep things interesting, keep Max on his toes.
I feel so bad for Chum Bucket back there.
Yeah?
He looks like he's gonna fly off.
He's doing fine. Chum Bucket has that's the path he has chosen. That is the life that he decided on.
His calling in life.
Do you know much about Chum Bucket, by the way?
A little bit, but for the people that are watching right now, why don't we wax poetic on Chum Bucket?
Let's do it. Yeah. So that's Chum Bucket, and we meet him early on in the game. He is what's known as a blackfinger or a mechanic, and the mechanic is a pretty hollowed. That's my favorite thing to do.
That was so cool. He's like hiding.
Yeah, and you notice Chum Bucket's, he's actually firing the harpoon in the back.
I'm out of here.
But he's our mechanic. Anytime we want to upgrade the Magnum Opus, Chum is our man. He's also kind of like, Max is a really stoic dude, a man of few words. So Chum Bucket's there as kind of a source of exposition and comedic foil. He'll point to things around the environment as you're driving around and give you some insight on set pieces.
So he's the lens through which we are experiencing Max's experience.
That's a pretty good way of putting it.
He's our guy.
He's our guy, yeah.
Now what is happening here?
So this war party is assaulting. These are some of Stank Boys guys. Stank gum. I was mixing up my terminology.
Stank gum.
Stank gum is a pretty vicious dude in the Mad Max world. He's one of the top bad guys in the game, and his war parties are identified by the really bright, vibrant paint that's on their vehicles.
Let's get this guy out of there.
So there's a lot of different ways to deal with enemies while you're in the Magnum Opus. One of them is just through sheer force and physics-based combat. You can ram, you can grind. You have rims and spikes and all kinds of different things that you can hit enemies with. Evan will do that right now.
Do it.
He's gonna try to grind me.
Do it. Yeah.
You've also got
awesome.
Thunderpoon. That's the weapon that Chum Bucket just fired out of the back of the Magnum Opus.
That's right. Run. So I could go after him to get scrapped, but I'll let him go.
Run him down or not. Okay.
He was using the harpoon too, though, which is my favorite, and I would say probably the most versatile tool in the Magnum Opus's repertoire. He can take down objectives in the environment with the harpoon. He can also systematically dismantle vehicles, take off a tire, take off a door, and then after you take off the door, you know what you can get. You can pull the driver right out of the vehicle.
That's awesome.
Or you can launch a Thunderpoon at him. It's up to you.
I love that name.
I do too. I'll probably try to say it as many times today as I can.
We'll keep a running tally. So we are on our way on a story mission. We're looking for a fighter.
Yeah.
Can you, and for a certain race, can you talk a little bit about the sort of like the main quests, like what they'll all have to do with, like we're looking for a fighter now, but like what other things will we encounter in the wasteland?
Yeah, that's a really good question. a lot of the game, it has to do with reducing threats in the different territories, because Scabrous Scrotus, another name I love to say.
Scabrous Scrotus.
Yeah, we just call him Scrotus. Scrotus is the main bad guy in the game. He's established a pretty tyrannical reign over the wasteland, and as we drive through the wasteland, we meet different keepers of strongholds. These are fortresses that our ally would not quite be the way to describe them, but for all intents and purposes, that's the best way of describing them. You'll meet different allies throughout the game, and in order to further gain their trust and get what Max needs, which is typically upgrades for his magnum opus, you're going to have to reduce threat in their territories. And reducing threat means a wide number of things. Taking out war parties and convoy leaders, taking out enemy camps. There are numerous types of camps. There are top dog camps, which are kind of like, that's almost like the boss fights in the game. Those are really big, interesting
Boss fight
dudes.
camps.
Yeah, there's camps full of enemies that have a really particularly devastating enemy waiting for Max at the end. And then there's also oil pump camps and gas tank transfer camps. So any of those things that you do, that you overtake, is going to populate those areas with allies, but also lower threat in the game.
So you're basically just trying to maybe, not essentially make peace, but just make sure that nothing hits the fan while you're on your way.
That's a
cool.
good way of describing it, because I don't think there's really peace in the wasteland, no matter how hard we try.
So Crodazzle just pointed us over to Tenderloin. This is the last fighter left. So Max is gonna go talk to her.
She doesn't look too happy.
I need a fighter.
She has vices.
Town races.
Oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay. I was like, what's she breathing? I get it now.
Crodazzle calls her a fume head.
He describes her problem as sucking the mask.
So when you were naming people, like we've already heard a couple of like really silly names. Like how much fun did you have naming your weapons, naming people? Like what did you sort of go to for that?
That's a big part of the world, right? Like it's a sticking point for Mad Max. Everybody's got some crazy name. Everything has something like really memorable, and everything is multisyllabic but rolls off the tongue in a really delicate way. There's a really good writer for the game. Everything that Chumbucket says, everything that comes out of Mad Max's mouth is like just very Mad Max breathed and very appropriate. The writer's name perfectly is Odd. That's his name. His name is Odd.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's
an odd dude.
He's a brilliant Swedish man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Wow. Odd. Raider Odd. What would your Mad Max name be?
I should have thought about that. I
You
need
have until
one.
the end of the stream to think of something.
Okay.
Well,
I want a
mine is
name.
certainly Drive Shaft.
Drive
Drive
shaft?
shaft? Because you're always the driver.
Exactly.
You did a
totally
awesome-
nailed it, Alexa.
You did an awesome Shadow of Mordor stream with us last year. You are definitely a good driver.
And now I'm back.
So how about the design? Like when you guys were, obviously you're making like very different like parts of the wasteland. I see this guy has feathers and some people have like just the tighter clothing and he has the armor. So when you were designing Mad Max, where did you get inspiration from? What did you look at other than the Mad Max that has existed in the world already?
I'm mostly still thinking about what I'm going to name myself.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But no, I think that's a really important design consideration. It's when establishing the tropes of what is Mad Max, what is this universe, what does it mean to be Mad Maxian? It's about cobbling together something that is hopefully practical, all about survival, and using the scrap and components that are available. So there's not much, as you can imagine, in the wasteland. Nobody cares about gold or precious metals. The thing that you are after is scrap metal.
Scrap.
What can you turn into armor? What can you turn into
A car.
Yeah.
Speaking of scrap, that was a good segue.
There you go.
This is the car that we're building.
Yeah.
Tell me about the car, because the car customization is the big thing here. So let's talk about the car.
Yeah, the magnum opus is a huge part of the game, and what Evan's looking at right now, he's been tasked with building the speed demon, because if he doesn't have this particular build of magnum opus, he's not going to be able to participate in this death race. So,
And we need to participate in a death race to get rid of Tenderloin's debt. If we get rid of her debt, she'll fight with us.
right.
And we need her, yeah?
We have to have her in order to join the Gastown race.
She's the only registered fighter that we can get to participate in the Gastown race with us. So as we're looking at this Archangel, you see all the different things that you can outfit on the car. There's armor, engine, suspension, flame pipes, harpoon, thunderpoon.
Flame pipes, thunderpoon.
There you go, I got it in there. I'm worried I wasn't gonna get it in there. Border spikes, so driving through the wasteland when war parties approach you, sometimes there are war boys that jump from their vehicles to yours.
Oh, wow.
Border spikes will put an end to that real fast. And you can see that
That's a lot.
everything he's looking at also affects the stats of the vehicle pretty dramatically, from attack to defense, acceleration, handling.
Repair speed.
Exactly.
You can that actually affects Chum Bucket. So if you're able to upgrade repair speed, Chum is going to get armaments and tools that he's equipped with that allow him to repair the Magnum Opus quicker. And I'm sure you'll see over the course of this next hour, even though Evan's a pro, the Opus is going to take some damage, and you'll see Chum rush out to stand on the hood with an extinguisher and put out the flames and quickly wrench up the Opus back to health.
Poor guy. I mean, he's riding on the back of this car with no armor, just like hanging out there. I feel kind of bad for him.
I don't know, man. I grew up in small town Texas, and that's just kind of what we do.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe the wasteland's like,
Texas?
yeah, it's like Texas. This is what we do.
Riding on the backs of cars, half clothed,
Yeah.
throwing things
Half
at other cars.
half clothed, maybe.
Oh boy. I want to say that this looks beautiful, but it's not supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be sad. The wasteland's supposed to be sad, but this is amazing.
It's tragically beautiful.
So if you wanted to you can just drive across the whole thing, right? You can just pick a corner and go.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
In fact, you can actually just keep driving way out into the wasteland, and you'll keep going, and the game will keep generating it.
Really?
Yeah, it's an avalanche thing. Anything you can see, you can go to, and there is no border.
Wow.
See, I did not know that.
Whoa, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you might run out into a few horribly deadly storms out there. You might run into nothing. You might run into a bunch of cliffs and mountains. But it will keep going.
Whoa.
Eventually, you run out of gas, and you'll die.
First thing I'm doing when I get this game is I'm just gonna drive.
It's a funny story. At Gamescom, we had a guy who was, you stand in line for a long time, and you only get, 15, 20 minutes to play.
Yeah.
And he spent his time just driving. And he had the biggest smile on his face.
Aww.
I kid you not, it was quite charming.
Just drive into the sunset.
Oh.
Storm approaching.
So I'm glad this is happening. And
no.
I'm glad that so storms are completely random in the game.
Okay.
We can't trigger them. But I tend to think that Avalanche's games, especially Mad Max, are
Whoa.
That was a boom bug.
Are most engaging when more is happening. So the more these guys tend to cram on the screen, especially in terms of particle effects, I think the more beautiful and the more interesting it looks.
Oh my god.
So now this is a lightning storm. Giant lightning bolts are going to be zapping all around Max, and the gameplay hook of the storms is they're really devastating, and they're going to take you out if you linger in the storm for too long. But there are giant crates of loot called Mother Loot.
Mother Loot. Oh god, I love the naming in this game.
Well,
so much.
that's how you get. So scrap is the currency that Max is after. He needs scrap to upgrade his own armor, but also the Magnum Opus, of course. So the risk reward is if we linger in the storm, we have a chance of tracking down these crates of scrap.
Which I'm going to be looking for.
He can escape the storm if he goes to a stronghold or an enemy camp that he's taken over.
But I'm risking it.
Oh my god.
For the Mother Loot.
Do it! I believe you.
There's some.
So I am looking in the chat, taking questions from people that are watching, and we have a question about hand-to-hand combat. You can beat people up on the ground, yeah?
You can beat people up real good.
Real good.
And I think that's probably what Evan's en route to. I think he's on his way to. Where are you headed right now?
Did you get it? Did you get it?
You got it.
Let's see if this lightning doesn't kill me.
What's in it? What's in it? Kick it.
So this will give me a lot of scrap here.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Oh, damn.
No.
You gotta watch out for the lightning.
Oh, no. That was really cool. He put himself out.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Poor Max.
But it blew away all the rest of the loot.
Meanwhile,
That was
Chumbucket's
unfortunate.
just like, hey, hey guys, just hanging out.
Sometimes, and so much of the game is persistent too. You'll get into fights with war boys in a storm, and you'll see debris from a previous battle just swirling about in the storm, knocking out people in the fight. So Evan's on his way to a camp, I believe.
I am, yeah. See that bridge over there? That's actually a camp.
Okay, so he's going to approach his camp, and then we'll see how Max deals with hand-to-hand combat.
That's a lot of loot.
It is a lot of loot.
So
The last one, some lightning blew away a lot of it, so.
So you would say that it's sort of lucrative for players to take a chance with the storms.
Exactly.
If they can get all
Definitely.
that stuff.
Luckily, this one didn't last too long. It's just kind of finishing up now, but there's some health over here, so I'm gonna go towards that. Like some food.
Meanwhile,
of course.
Chumbucket's just like, okay.
He's cool. He doesn't need much. He's happy.
So funny. It's just so funny. Now, what is this?
So food is, of course, really
food.
scarce in the wasteland. Let's see what we find. What did we find?
Oh, is it fuel?
It's like
No, what
a
is it?
lizard, snake.
Some roadkill of some sort.
Oh.
So Max is a super tough dude, but he's also, he's pretty vulnerable. He's not a superhero. He can carry water with him in a canteen that is a limited amount of health that he can recover, or he can find dog food
I can get these
Dog
guys.
food.
or dead animals.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Dude, I've never seen that happen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're gonna be okay, I'm sure. I'm sure they're fine.
Maybe.
This is a stink gum camp that you're approaching, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's not on my map yet.
So Evan's headed towards a stink gum camp, and the objective in these camps is to eliminate all the enemies. So this is a particularly combat-heavy camp that he's heading into, so I'm sure we're going to see the depth and range of Max's abilities here.
I want to see him kick people.
Oh,
I do
well.
too.
Kick him in the face. This is really like just expansive. Like I'm sort of just looking at the how like just wide and like far everything is, and it's sort of intimidating.
I'm gonna scout this out real fast because there are some defense I'm gonna have to take out. Flame pipe, there's a sniper.
It's always to the player's
Sniper.
benefit to scout as Max before approaching an enemy camp.
So scouting sort of shows you what's there.
Uncovers what threats might be waiting for Max. Because some are long range, some are not, but if you can scout things out, that's going to give you an assessment of what the threats are. Also, the Magnum Opus it's your mobile fortress as well as your means of conveyance. So Max can climb in the back, bust out his sniper rifle,
Damn.
get zapped by some lightning from the storm that's still going.
No. Oh gosh.
It'll finish up here. It looks like I got out of the sand, but there's still some lightning.
Snipers are a particularly nasty threat. They'll take out Max really quick. So he's going to try to take care of the snipers before he storms into the camp.
Oh my god. Boom!
Nailed it.
Dude, you can nail that crier too from here.
You think?
I
There's a
think so.
crier.
Oh yeah.
Got him.
Wow.
The sniper rifle is super effective and super powerful, but ammunition for it can be pretty scarce.
I don't think I
So
can
you
get
have to
this,
sort of
so.
ration your.
Yeah, make wise decisions with your ammunition.
So a big part, would you say a big part of this game is sort of resource management in terms of?
It is, yeah. You're not going to be able to run into a camp and run and gun your way through it. Because you do have a shotgun and it's really powerful and really effective, but ammunition is also really limited.
Man, this world is just totally screwed up.
You can even drive around in the Opus while you're in the back of it. Chum
Oh,
will-
cool.
Chum will floor it for you.
I need to get this guy.
It's amazing how like quick stuff changes. Like 1 minute, like you're driving and he's on the back, and then lightning hits you and you're out and you're harpooning someone or sniping someone. Like it seems like everything is designed to just be constantly moving.
That's true. It's never really boring.
There it is. Nailed it. All right, and then there's a flame pipe right here. I'm gonna blow that up.
Oh my.
There we go.
I think you're good.
I can
Yay.
also, because I got that mother loot, I have quite a bit of scrap I can use to upgrade stuff.
Let's do some upgrading.
So in order to build the speed demon, we don't have the system where more upgrades is better. It's just different. So to make my car faster, I need to get rid of that ramming grill. I already got rid of the spikes. I'm gonna need some shocks.
Ooh.
That'll improve my handling. Some of these tires. So I just made 2 upgrades, the suspension of my tires towards the speed demon. So I still need to get rid of my armor, which I'm not gonna do yet. Upgrade this exhaust up here, which is gonna be a lot of scrap. And I need to lower threat from 5 to 3 in Pink Eye's territory. I need to find this car body, which is hidden somewhere in the rekills region. And I need this brushed metal raw steel paint job, and I need to defeat a top dog in order to unlock that.
Top dogs are also your guardians of car cosmetics. So they're the owners of paint. So if you want to change the look of the magnum opus, you're going to have to deal with top dogs. So he showed you the exhaust, and he showed you that he needs more scrap to get it, but he also needs to unlock. Oh, that's haunting.
Oh,
I try to keep people out of the camp.
He also needs to lower the threat in the Pink Eye. She has the stronghold in this territory. He needs to lower the threat in her region in order to unlock that piece of exhaust, that piece for the opus from her. But by doing this, by raiding this camp and taking care of all the enemies in it, he's gonna lower the threat. Oh, nice.
Why are they blue?
So Stank Gum's boys are the colorful ones.
Oh, so they like paint.
They paint themselves. The war party that he encountered on the way here earlier. So this for your
Take that, Blue Man Group.
for your fella in the chat that was asking about hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Right now I'm in theory mode.
The longer you can keep your chain running, and he's got a 26 hit chain right now, which is more than I've ever been able to do.
So the more you rack up, the more damage you do?
The longer you get your chain, the faster fury is going to build. That piece of iconography in the top right with the skull and the steering wheel made out of chain, that's the fury meter. And if you can fill that, you're going to enter fury mode, which just allows you to do more damage, gives you more ability to track to your enemies, basically make you more capable in hand-to-hand combat.
Ooh. Looting corpses also looks like a good thing to do.
Take it all.
This is just so Mad Max. I love it.
So this is a Stankum camp. The goal for this one is to take out all the fighters, which is 23 for this particular area. You can see in this thing that I can toggle.
Well, you got 8. 8 down. Couple more to go.
Down. 15 more to go.
Oh my god.
Of course, I'm gonna get the scrap on the way.
Nice. Oh man, where is everyone? It's too quiet. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So I think this camp is also a pretty good example of how vertical the game can be.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the sort of, when you think of the wasteland, you think, you're flat, you're just driving around, but this has a lot of verticality to it.
Yeah, and it's definitely along the tropes of what is how you would build an enemy camp in Mad Max. It's assembled from a bunch of found things, like train cars, and there are a lot of things built out of airplane fuselage in the world, and abandoned ships.
So other than that sort of scrappiness.
Oh damn.
Oh no. Okay.
Don't have any water. This is gonna be hard.
Is water how you heal?
It is, yeah, yeah. There's food too that you find, but water is the
no.
The canteens are the only recoverable health that you can take with you.
That was good. You did good.
Yeah, you did good.
You did real good.
You did good.
I appreciate it, guys.
You shouldn't feel bad.
But other than that scrappiness, when you say the tropes of Mad Max, what to you are the tropes of Mad Max?
Yeah, I mean, definitely making the most of what you have, taking scrap and turning it into something that is built for endurance and built to dish out damage. So that's what you see. That's how enemies look. That's how enemy encampments are built. Mm-hmm. Everything serves a purpose, and that is to deal damage or withstand damage.
Nice. So it's just emphasis on, you respawned right back in the camp.
Yeah, camps have really generous checkpoints for you, so he doesn't have to fight his way through that first wave again.
I noticed the saving icon in the upper right-hand corner.
Evan's gonna show you a gut shot because that's my favorite thing in the game.
I'm gonna get that blue guy.
Show me all the good stuff.
He was rate this guy. He's kind of problematic. Let's get him.
Oh!
Oh, that's awesome. Get him. Wow.
It's not the kind of
Get the
game
orange
that.
guy. Get the orange guy. Oh. Shiv Punisher.
Like
Oh,
that.
oh, okay. Oh, wow.
You can carry shivs in your ammo belt, but you have a limited number of them, so you're frequently presented with the opportunity to use them, and it's kind of an immediate way to dispatch an enemy. So you can save those or use them in particularly tough scenarios.
Oh, man. So you've got, for weapons, you got your shivs and you have your guns.
Yeah.
What else?
And then Max himself has
His foot.
He has gauntlets. He has wrist armor. He has a bunch of different things that upgrading Max will allow you to deal more damage, take more damage. And his combat is pretty expansive as far as the progression goes. You have a lot of different moves that you can unlock. You can take weapons from enemies. So weapons of opportunity are a big part of the game. And different camps will have different types of enemies that are holding different types of weapons.
Which I'm gonna pick up right now for this next wave.
Drink
Right
that
here.
water.
Got a nice.
That made me thirsty.
Makeshift.
Wait, there was scrap in the corner.
Was there?
Go back. It was like, I'm like so,
You're thinking like
Yeah.
you're thinking like a wastelander.
I'm so OCD about collecting stuff in video games.
Me
Like,
too.
you have to get all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Get all the scrap.
This is a great game for that. I find myself like,
With the war crier.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need to take him out.
so this war crier this guy right here that's beating the drum. You see that piece of HUD at the top with the gauge that's filling. If Evan can't take care of the war crier before that gauge fills,
Oh no. Oh, look at him. Okay.
he's gonna buff all of these dudes.
So once it
I
fills,
can
they all
do
get
it.
like a, oh man.
They all get a health and
Got it.
damage buff.
Let's see if I can-
But he was just minding his own business hanging from the ceiling,
Yeah.
beating his drum, not bothering anyone, and we
think-
killed him. Oh my god. Wow.
So the Fury Ground execution,
Oof.
the melee weapon execution that you just saw, those are some examples of how combat has progressed for Evan and Max. Those aren't skills
Yeah.
that you have available at the beginning. But you can see
Damn.
there's definitely an emphasis on crowd control in combat.
Yeah.
He's able to take on, 10 guys or more at a time and still have a really, still feel in control.
Crowd control feels like a very much Mad Max thing.
Absolutely.
Just one guy versus a bunch of dudes.
And Avalanche
Wow.
is really elegant about how they build their control schemes. Evan's doing a lot with very little right now, very little input. So I know as a player he doesn't feel overwhelmed, and even a novice player won't feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of discoverable depth in the combat, so for the players that are really into, that's my favorite.
Oh my gosh, that was so awesome.
So gnarly, right?
Oh, that was so awesome.
And when he does that in a combat scenario, and there's a bunch of dudes around, they'll kind of back off for a second. They get a little demoralized. You'll have a little window where nobody's attacked. After you shoot somebody in the gut with a sawed-off shotgun, the enemy's kind of, oh, okay.
All right, man.
All right.
You can just take your stuff and leave.
So he just got the
that's
threat
so
down
funny.
from a 5 to a 4.
Excellent.
Oh, and you can see that he's populated the camp with allies now.
Oh, cool.
Allies have showed up, and one of the big benefits of having allies in the camp is not only can you seek refuge from storms here now,
Oh, nice.
but you'll get periodic drops of scrap from them. So as you're driving about in the wasteland, as you're doing activities, you're going to get drops of scrap from them because now they're on your side and they're helping Max.
Great.
So it's
It's nice to have friends.
yeah, it behooves the player to Max he's a man on a mission for himself. He's kind of a selfish dude ultimately, but it's to his benefit to help people out.
Aw.
Gnarly.
Oh my gosh. I keep looking at when you're in shots like this, I look at all the mountains in the background
You can go
and
to
that
there.
perfect blue sky.
There's Gas Town over there.
Whoa! Fires.
But yeah, Avalanche's thing is anything you can see, you can drive to. So those
my
mountains,
God.
you can totally drive to them.
First thing I'm gonna do when I get this game, I'm just gonna drive off into the sunset. Forever and ever and ever.
Forever and ever.
And then I'll come back.
You want to do it. If you do that, you're going to want to do what Evan's doing. He's bringing gas from the camp back to the Opus.
Smart.
You can store gas in the back of the Opus.
That was gonna be my next question. How do we store that fuel?
I'm gonna refuel first.
So, oh, that's cool. So you can, like, is there like a set number of gas cans you can have back there? Or like, how does it work?
It looks like I already have one back there. You can see it right there.
So you can take one with you?
Exactly.
You can take one with you.
Cool.
And of course, you use fuel as you drive around, but Evan has flame pipes as well, which is one of the armaments that you can equip on the Magnum Opus.
Oh.
And that's going to use fuel too.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's a great AoE attack. So while you're driving around in a war party or a convoy, which is what Evan's going to show next, that's a great way to assess like a bunch of enemies. Again, like crowd control. There's crowd control for the Magnum Opus as well. The balloon that you see in the distance, those are really helpful. You can see a lot of great set pieces like Gastown in the distance, and you know that that's something you should head to. But finding an outpost with a hot air balloon, that's going to allow Max to go way. I love the harpoon.
Oh my goodness.
Those are scarecrows. They're all throughout the game world, and taking those down is going to lower threat and influence.
Some are stronger than others. Some you need a certain amount of upgrades in order to take down.
Okay.
You can ram them down. You can use explosives.
Oh man.
Those outposts, though, the hot air balloons, that's a way to get really high up in the air and locate all of the loot locations, all of the death races, all of the enemy camps. You can spot them from afar and then get a better assessment of what activities there are to do in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Those dudes are armored, so the little shield with the number tells you how many layers of armor they have on, but you can take all their armor off.
Can we flame them?
Oh yeah.
Totally flame them.
Oh no.
Let's do it.
I like the slow-mo when you crash. It's just like
Super dramatic, right?
very dramatic.
The Opus is so much fun to drive around, and it's also really forgiving.
So
You can take it anywhere.
I'm coming up on this
Just
convoy
jump
route.
out, roll out.
So
There they are.
the tire marks that
Chummy.
Evan found. He found this convoy leader really quick, but if he hadn't, there are a lot of great environmental cues in this game that help you find your next objectives. There's
Okay.
that giant cloud of dust that's moving around to the left of the screen right now. If Evan had gone to investigate that, he would have probably located this convoy. And convoys are really cool. So there's a convoy leader up at the front, and he has a hood ornament. There are a number of hood ornaments that Max can collect in the game. You can see that he actually has one on his rear bumper right now, that skull.
Yeah.
Those are different passive benefits that Max can equip to the Magnum Opus.
What do they give you?
Allows him to deal more damage, sustain more damage, go faster, you name it. And he's going to acquire those by taking out convoy leaders.
So I just built
Can we
a
get this guy?
better ramming grill.
gonna.
We'll see.
I have so much faith in you.
My car is probably not quite upgraded enough. This is probably one of the more difficult convoys, but
Oh, I love this
see what we can
music.
do.
Oh boy. Did we get him? Maybe?
We heard him.
Whoa.
So my favorite thing to do is harpoon the driver right out of the vehicle, but he can't do it to these guys because they're a little beefed up. So he's got to drain their armor a little bit before he can do that.
Now, when you say harpoon, you mean thunderpoon, right?
Well, there's Thunderpoon and Harpoon. So the Thunderpoon is those are the non-replenishable ones. Like once he has ammunition to manage. The Harpoon you can use, it just has a cooldown, so you can use that as much as you want. You can upgrade it. Oh, this dude's gonna try to bird you.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Ah!
I'm gonna see if I can get him
Wait,
off.
where'd Chum go?
He's ducking. He's ducking
Oh, there he
down.
is.
There we go.
I was concerned. For
I could have
Chum Bucket.
shotgunned him off, but I want to save my shotgun ammo.
I'm very concerned about Chum Bucket. I'm like a nervous person in general.
Yeah.
So having him just like unprotected, sitting on the back of my car makes me really nervous.
That means
Oh,
you're.
don't hurt him.
You have
Oh my gosh.
empathy for the man
I have
who's.
so much empathy. I'm so scared he's gonna like fly off the back or something.
He does a pretty good job of hanging on. Well, you saw that when the boarder jumped onto the vehicle, he ducked down. So.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
I wish I had a stronger ramming grill.
Oh,
Ooh, damn.
so worried about him falling off. He can't fall off though, right?
No, Chum is cool.
Okay, all right.
Chum is
I feel much better.
You'll be barreling through the air, like spinning 360 degrees, and
just
Chum is just hanging on.
It's got the grip of an orangutan.
Oh my god.
Actually, he loves it. Like he'll
He loves it.
He'll say crazy things while you're flying through the air, like "We've got wings."
Oh my god. Oh.
So there's a leader. This is the big fuel truck there.
Now, if you take him out, you get his hood ornament.
That's right.
What else do you get?
Scrap.
Scrap.
that guy.
And you lower threat in the territory.
Cool.
That's why I'm doing this.
Nice. Get him.
Doing pretty good, dude. You're doing a lot better than I would do.
Oh my god.
Well, this guy has a fuel can in the back of his car, so I can rip his armor off.
I love the flames. The flame.
You know,
Oh, there's no shortage of flames in Mad Max.
let's flame a little bit more here.
Do it. Yay. Oh, that's awesome. So, oh man.
See if I can get this guy.
Yeah,
before he
get the
jumps
border.
on me. Oh, you got my death
Oh.
spikes. That's what the border
Oh,
spikes
get
are
off it.
for.
He jumped onto the
Nice.
spikes. Did you see that?
Yep. Oh, that's.
I was playing this the other night, and
Oh no, there's more.
I've played
Oh,
so
it was
much
a
of this
random
game,
encounter.
but I'm always seeing new stuff. I was outside of my car doing combat to a war party that had assaulted me, and I punched a dude against my magnum opus, and he died getting thrown into the spikes on my car.
Oh boy.
And I was, it sounds kind of sadistic, but I was so happy to see that. Like those little surprises that you see in Avalanche games. Like they've really thought about all the possible situations that can happen, and they've really done a great job of accounting for it.
Yeah,
Boom.
it seems like you really, like when people say, "Oh, the game's open world and you can do whatever you want." Like I really feel like this is just like, go. Like you are Mad Max.
Crap.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And you do it your way.
And I always talk about how, like, I think Avalanche does a really good job of giving the player a toolkit full of devices that are just kind of all-purpose and are going to really, whatever situation you are up against, the tools Max has are perfectly equipped for that, especially the harpoon. I think it's like super versatile. You can do so much crazy stuff with it.
Oh,
You
nice.
love
That
that
guy just
harpoon.
hit a
I
wall.
love
That
it.
was lucky.
That was awesome.
That happens too. You'll see enemies take themselves out. Friendly fire is on, so they'll wreck each other too.
Oh man.
Boom!
Oh man.
So
That's
good.
right.
The Scrotus faction. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, please don't fall out. I know you said he can't fall out, but I am still concerned. He's just like
Is it-
hanging out.
He's just holding on.
Oh my god.
This guy has some grinding rims on. It's gonna be a little bit harder to take him out.
Oh my gosh. That guy's got a lot of. Oh.
Oh crap!
Oh no!
You're good,
Oh
dude,
no!
you're good.
Wait a minute! What's gonna happen?
It's cool.
Oh my
If I
God.
get out, Chum
Where's
will.
Chum Bucket? Where is he? Oh my god.
Hanging
Okay.
out,
Will
just
is
hiding.
right.
All right. So concerned. So concerned for Chum
So
Bucket.
he'll scramble to the hood of the car and put out the fire and get you back on the road.
So what would have happened if we didn't get out?
Death. That death would happen.
You'd explode?
Yeah.
I had better tools. I'd be done by now.
Oh, poor guy.
He loves what he does. It's cool.
I can catch back up.
You say it's cool, but I'm still concerned.
And then I love his little animation as he scrambles to the back. Yeah.
Aw.
Okay. I lost some of my map, but I can catch back up.
Oh my god.
And then not only is he chasing down the convoy leader, but it looks like a random war party has spawned.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
And now there are more dudes.
They're all. They're just like a party.
So we call a meat wagon. There's a bunch of borders.
Meat wagon. I like it.
I think that might have to be. I might have to fold that into my Mad Max name somehow.
I don't know. Meat wagon. See, meat wagon to me sounds like. It sounds a little appetizing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't like. Yes, I would like a wagon full of meat. But if you mean like people that are. Yeah.
Maybe that's a food
Meat
truck.
wagon.
Meat wagon.
A Mad Max themed food truck called Meat Wagon. We.
Brilliant.
There you go. Free marketing. You guys can have that one for free.
Thank you.
Meat wagon.
I'll phone headquarters after this.
The meat wagon. Come to the meat. What would you serve? Like water and sand?
The chum bucket. You can order a chum bucket.
A cup of sand. You throw it in your face right before you eat.
Did Homeboy regenerate health?
No.
No?
Can you
He did
regenerate?
acquire a couple more guys, though.
Can, if you are working, like say you're working on these guys, you get them down to 1 armor and then they leave, do they regenerate health if you don't keep at it, or are they just like done?
They do not regenerate
Okay.
health, but this guy, as you can see, has acquired a couple more guys since since he got a little bit far ahead of me. But
What a
only a
jerk.
couple. Still should be able to take him out.
You're doing, ooh. Oh man.
Gotta rip off a couple things of armor.
That harpoon is so cool.
Back to how I feel like Avalanche really understands like there's an emphasis on letting the player do a lot without really taxing them with controller acrobatics. So he's driving dudes off the road, he's chasing after a convoy leader, he's throwing weapons out of the back of the vehicle, he's firing a shotgun, using a harpoon.
Yeah.
And he's still able to drive pretty well, reasonably well.
Yeah, this whole thing feels really smooth. Like you have tools to
crap.
do a lot
Yeah.
without having to worry about like,
And without having to be just like a super boss. Some people are really good at driving games, some people are not. And I feel like Mad Max strikes a really good balance of letting you feel a really satisfying driving experience without having to be a dedicated driving
Like a
game
racing
racing game player.
Yeah, I'm horrible at racing games.
Me too.
Like driving into walls, flipping off of scenery that I shouldn't be flipping off of.
Well,
so.
driving into walls and flipping off of scenery
I can do
is
here.
what this is about, yeah.
Yes. What is the cracks on top of the screen? I just noticed those. Does that mean you've taken damage?
That's just a little visual indicator that the Opus is not in tip-top shape.
That's really clever.
And you
I
can
like
see there's,
it.
there's
Oh, damn.
No. Uh-oh.
there are
Oh my god.
there are flames around the around the screen now too.
Oh boy. I love that the text is just like, get out of the vehicle.
Get out.
My car's not
out.
quite powerful enough to take down this convoy, and I ran out of shotgun ammo, which I needed to explode some of those fuel tanks, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to take this guy out.
And you're out of juice too, right?
I'm gonna be. Luckily, I have this in the back.
So some of those guys are super tough, it looks like.
Yeah. This is not the easiest convoy battle in the game. And he's actually doing a really good job.
Look at that stubble. Good job with the stubble.
You know what?
Stubble
Good
rendering.
stubble tech.
I think
Good stubble tech.
I'm actually gonna upgrade his beard.
Tomb Raider has hair. You guys have stubble.
I'm glad you brought that up because Evan's gonna show you.
Oh boy.
Evan's
oh boy.
gonna show you
oh boy.
this
Oh my god.
this stubble tech.
Oh my god. Head upgrades.
So you can go, nice hipster beard,
Yeah.
or you can go full-blown Swedish beard.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Boom.
Oh my god.
This is how I prefer to max.
Oh my god.
Let's run
Oh my
with it for a
gosh,
while.
it's so good. It's so good. I have such beard envy.
Yeah, me
I
too.
really wish. I want like a majestic dwarven beard that I can like braid and stuff.
Me too.
I wish.
I can't.
If only.
I haven't shaved in 2 weeks.
So in order to
know.
live
get
through max.
Yeah, exactly.
this paint job, we're gonna take down a top dog called Rim Jobby.
Wait, what's his name?
Rim Jobby.
Rim Jobby.
Rim Jobby.
I think he is over here.
Rim Jobby.
That's him.
Rim Jobby.
So I'm gonna
Jobbie.
fast travel here.
Oh my gosh. So there is fast travel.
Yeah.
But why would you want to do that when you can ride around in your car and everything? That's so cool.
Fast travel is to only the outposts that you have
Oh, so it's like
completed.
outposts? Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Those air balloons
Cool.
that we were talking about earlier, those are the outposts.
Nice. That is good to know. Although I really enjoy the driving. The driving aspect seems really enjoyable.
Yeah.
In the
So
interest
cool.
of showing you guys more on this live stream.
Yeah, we've got a little bit more time. Would love to meet Mr. Rim Jobby,
I think we'll get that chance.
Mr. R Jobby.
There's so many different icons. There's so much stuff happening here.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
One of the icons we saw, it looked like kind of like a little ghost. That's where we could go meet Griffa. He's our mystic guide that when we get Griffa tokens, which we can get in a number of ways in the world, we can increase Max's legend. So longevity, his ability to take damage, volition, his ability to get more scrap when he gets scrap from a loot location, his ability to use melee weapons more effectively in combat, use fuel more sparingly, get more energy from the food that he finds in the wasteland.
And we get these Griffith tokens by doing any number of these particular challenges. As you can see, I have 13 in the bottom right. And that's my level right up above it. And I need to go up certain levels in order to unlock upgrades for max.
So he's a Sand King right now.
Right now.
On his way to Road Warrior.
Level 5
Oh,
Sand
man. Day Lizard.
And so those objectives that Evan was showing you, you can go after those things if you want, and you can make that your goal in the game. But just by playing the game, those objectives are going to continuously, organically unlock.
Okay.
Just from participating in the game, driving around, driving far enough, looting enough, taking out enough enemies, you're going to be constantly leveling up.
So the game throws enough at you that you won't need to like grind per se.
Right.
You sort of are naturally becoming.
But you can. If you need to grow up levels, which there are certain points in the game that you do, then you can actually find those objectives and go after them deliberately and do it faster.
Ooh.
Slow motion for me.
It stopped working. Threat lowered. Good job.
And there's scrap available from taking down a scarecrow. Pretty much, anything you destroy, you're going to get scrap from.
Okay.
So here's Rimjobby's camp, and he's going to scout from afar.
I think the sniper may have already seen me.
Uh-oh.
So sniper rifle or binoculars are going to do a good job of identifying all the threats.
Oh, nice. So you just do like a sweep and then everything will pop up? Cool.
Yeah.
Shit, he did see me.
Oh, no.
You just going to drive in there?
Doing it live. Do a little zigzagging.
Oh, man.
So he's just charging in. You can be really careful if you want, and you can take out all these threats from afar with the sniper rifle, most of them. Or you can just drive in like a boss like Evan is doing and take out everything before
Oh, man.
that HUD up at the top that says camp alerted. If that fills before he has taken out all of the perimeter defenses, it's going to get crazy.
Oh, boy.
Especially with these things right here, these Molotov slings that are just launching
Molotov
explosions.
slings.
Those are their fire rate is gonna radically increase, and they're just gonna start lobbing volleys of flame at max.
Oh, my God.
Fling him.
Oh, get him. Yeah. Haha. Oh, man.
Oh, damn, that sniper's about to kill me.
The sniper can shoot max while he's in the car, so you gotta be real careful with those guys.
Gotta avoid him.
Okay, so
Jump bucket.
the camp has been alerted, and now there's another Molotov sling still, and it's
I think that's a fire pipe.
okay.
Fire pipe. Oh, boy.
I'm gonna take out this sniper.
Oh, boy.
The fire pipes just limit Max's access to the camp.
I'm out of ammo.
Oh no, you can poon it, dude.
I think I can put it.
Thunder Poon it.
That flamethrower, he has to disable its fuel source, otherwise he can't enter the camp.
Oh, boy.
Oh, we missed it. Let's see if I can harpoon it.
Oh, my God.
I gotta go around the side. I was really close to not being able to take out all those guys.
This is intense. Yay! Awesome.
Got it. So now all the perimeter defenses are down, the snipers are down.
Cool.
We can get through this gate in any
Before I
number of
bust through
ways.
it, I'm gonna drink some water. Who knows what's on the other side?
So are there so will every fortress that you come across have like defenses that you have to break down before you can get in there?
Most definitely.
Some more than others.
Yeah, some more than others for sure. This was a pretty heavily armed one, I feel.
I love the kick animation. I love the beard.
I love the beard too. We don't have enough bearded heroes or anti-heroes in games, I feel. This is my favorite weapon. I know I was fond of the gut shot earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is my favorite way to kill a guy.
Oh boy! Oh,
Jibs.
man.
Jibs. Those are thunder sticks. They're kind of like it's a thunder poon that we can find in enemy encampments.
So I am looking at the chat. If you guys have any questions, drop them in. We will answer them before we go. We have a question about the car customizations, which you were talking about earlier. The volume of car customization is astounding. You were saying there's hundreds of parts?
I don't know if there's hundreds of parts. There's a lot of parts.
A lot of parts?
Yeah.
I mean,
Lots of
definitely
parts.
thousands and thousands of combinations.
Thousands and thousands of combinations.
And there's a big emphasis on, we really want the player to get in there and find what works for them. And the Archangels are a really good way to discover that. You can take any enemy vehicle, by the way, and add it to your collection, and those are going to have different attributes for the player to explore and drive across the wasteland with. But the Archangels, the Speed Demon, which he's trying to build right now, of course, you can imagine is not very armored, but incredibly spry. There are other configurations as well that are much more geared towards armor and towards dishing out physical damage.
Which I'll show you guys.
So here's all the different Archangel loadouts.
The Argent Cavalier is really heavily armored, but doesn't have a particularly fast, maneuverable kind of way about it. You can see all the stats on the right side.
That
Some
one
of
put
these
your
guys are
handling
more
right off the
off-road,
chart.
like the Lord Gravel.
I like that car because it's pink.
Yeah.
I like pink.
I like that one a lot just because I'm not good at roads.
You're not good at roads.
So it's particularly rewarding to take that one off-road.
All right. Someone, a very important question. Can you make Max be bald? Is that an option?
You can put a do-rag on his head.
You can put a do-rag on his head.
He can wear goggles.
Do-rag is basically bald.
He gets face paint, do-rag, goggles, beard, short hair, long hair.
Ooh, I don't have any
Nice.
ammo.
Oh.
I might just have to fight with this war crier.
So he can't.
doing his thing.
He doesn't have ammo to take out the war crier. There's always a couple ways of doing something. So even though he doesn't have a shotgun to take the war crier out, the war crier is hoisted by a crane, and if Max can locate the crane controls, he can drop the crane and lower the war crier.
Interesting question about story. Is there a story for you to complete, or is it a never-ending open world? Sort of a question about the content in the game.
There is definitely a story.
That's what we're doing right now.
Story.
Max is a tormented man, and he wants to escape across the plains of silence. In order to do that, he needs the right vehicle to do it. His car is just not capable enough of getting him where he wants to go, so he's building the machine that's going to help him flee his nightmares.
Aww.
We don't really know if the Plains of Silence are a real place or if that's a place in his mind. He's really trying to silence kind of the madness, but we kind of go more into that in the game, and you'll have to find out when you play the story.
But for right now, he wants a V8 engine to put in the magnum opus, and
He's all about his car.
that's what this story mission is about. He is really a single-minded dude. He's in it for him, and he's looking for the car components that he needs. And a lot of people will ask favors of Max because he's a capable, tough dude, and he'll do it if there's something in it for him. And fortunately, there often is.
So he's sort of like the I don't want to say the reluctant hero, but sort of.
He's definitely an anti-hero.
Does it even exist now?
Ooh, finally some ammo.
I'm not sure.
So of all the stuff, there's a lot of stuff in this game. The car, Max, beards,
Beards.
all of that stuff.
Mostly beards.
Mostly the beards. What for you guys personally? What is your favorite part? What is the one thing that you're just like, this is the best thing ever?
Well, he's almost too rim jobby, which is, I'm a huge combat guy. I
Okay.
love combat. I love really gratifying, vicious combat especially, and I love crowd control. So I love the ability to get into big fights and feel like I'm capable or more than capable of handling the situation. So, oh man.
For me, it's definitely that, this is an extremely physics-based world. Avalanche is really, really good at that. And it is literally different every time. Our innovation in this is physics-based vehicle combat.
Yeah.
And no two battles are ever the same. And, I've been playing this game for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Who knows how many times. And I still have a blast playing it.
Now, when you're changing his beard, you can change his clothes too, right? You can add.
Yeah, so take a look at his gauntlets that are prominently focused
Oh.
right now. Max starts with nothing on his hands, And as you gather more scrap and level up more by talking to Griffa and exchanging Griffa tokens for legend attributes, Max is going to get different jackets, his ammo belt is going to change, so he's going to be able to carry more capacity in ammo, and that's reflected in Max's clothing. And then the wrist armor and the gauntlets are going to change pretty dramatically. I think his configuration right now has
solid config.
He's got there are nuts and bolts that are attached to just create a totally painful combination of gear. He's got one later on that has wrenches attached to it like claws.
Oh man. A lot of people are asking if you can knock people off of stuff, like
Absolutely.
throw them over ledges or kick them off.
Oh yeah, that's a back-of-box feature right there.
Yeah?
knock dudes off stuff. Yeah, there's plenty of that.
You heard it here, guys. Knocking dudes off stuff, major gameplay feature. Now this is Rim Jobby.
This is Rim Jobby, and I think this is probably like a great, I know we're about to run out of time, so this is a really great way to wrap it up.
This is a boss fight, yeah?
That's kind of like a mini boss.
Yeah, kind of like a mini boss. And this guy's going to give us the paint we need to build the speed demon once we take him out.
Nice. Can you kick him off the tower? You probably can't kick him off the tower.
You can lure him into flames.
Ooh.
So, like I was saying, friendly fire is always on. If something looks like it hurts, it does.
Rim Jobby.
And there are a number of other top dogs that will bring out waves of grunts with them. And you can see they're making those massive area of effect attacks. He's swinging that giant mace of his around. If there were enemy dudes around here, he'd be killing them all. He'd be knocking dudes off stuff.
Oh my god. This is intense. So you can actually lure him into the flames over there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He has a charge attack, so if you stand in front of the flames and then lunge out of the way at the right time, yeah, he's gonna eat it right here.
Oh man, oh my god, oh my god! Oh!
Oh, I didn't quite make
Almost
it.
went
But
in.
you can knock him into it. Boom,
There
got
we
him.
go.
Oh my goodness. Get him, get him!
You can also make him a pin cushion by just continuously, got
Oh my
him.
god, oh my god!
Nicely done,
brutal,
dude.
Brutal, brutal.
Nicely done.
You did it!
So he got his paint, he's got an ally camp now that's gonna generate scrap for him, and he also has lowered threat in the territory. So
Wow.
by doing that one thing, he's actually unlocked all kinds of stuff.
This is actually
Awesome.
a different territory, not the one we're going for,
Oh,
but
okay.
still helpful.
Still helpful, yeah.
But you got a body color, threats lowered, gut gash. Another nice name.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, what is your Mad Max name?
Daggery Didgeridoo.
Daggery Didgeridoo.
Yeah.
I like it. What about
Thank
you?
you.
What about you?
Drive shaft.
Drive Shaft. Drive
with
Shaft, Drive Shaft, and Dagger Didgeridoo, Evan and Daniel. Thank you so much for stopping by
Thank you.
and showing us Mad Max out on September 1st, which is in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's close.
Pre-order now. Thanks for watching, guys. For all of your Mad Max news, stay tuned to GameSpot.com.